and then everything here, it's underglaze. Berlin, Paris, New York, Chicago. Who was a Danish princess, formed of 3 snails, made this beautiful silver, and then they cut out birds. Here we have an example of molded flowers, and what you can look here is just fantastic. Every single piece on here has been molded by hand. This would have taken weeks and weeks. And here there's a whole flower. So, and this is an older piece, and when it's an older piece with this much flower molding, it's quite normal that there's a little chip here and there. It's just the way it is. They would have made this first, and then the figurine is one piece put on, and then every single flower is just put on. And the same here, the handle has been put on, and then every single piece has been made by hand. To make it stick on there, they use like a porcelain, soft porcelain, I call it soup, but paste. So it's there's no glue, it's burnt porcelain against porcelain. And here we have what we call the Julian Marie mark. You see we have the artist signature and a number. Then we know that it's produced in the period when they used the Julian Marie mark for dating, which is 1904 to 1912. Money-wise, this would have been the factory's most expensive items. First of all, you have overglaze, and then when you add molding. And if you compare it to the normal underglaze pieces, like the blue fluted, this would have been for the, in the good old days, would have been for the middle upper class people, whereas the overglaze pieces was reserved for the few and very rich. Like this piece, it was probably given as a present to some director or to some ministerial minister or something like this. Interesting piece. It's a little owl baby sitting on a ball. We can see has glass eyes, and then you would actually have a lamp, and then you put it here, and then when you turn it on, light would be coming out of the eyes of the owl. Yeah, very unusual, and yeah, they made many different types of things at the factory. And this piece is from 1830s. And here we have a man who has been to the dentist, and then it says, "Oh, it wasn't that wisdom tooth, then I must do it again." So even 150 years ago they had good humor. And this would have been sold as a single cup and not as a coffee service, so it would have been to the man of the house. We have it in plastic because the top is silver, and this is a fantastic piece. And as many of the early pieces, they would have put the mark inside here, or they could have put it in here. So in this case, they put it just here behind the handle. And these pieces, this is also from 1790. Here we have a piece by Gerhard Henning, and this was actually his first piece he sold to the factory. It's made so there's a pendulum underneath, and then she's sitting here, and it's actually a two-piece, and here you can see the pendulum. So, and Gerhard Henning figurines are the most expensive figurines made at the factory. And here we have Princess on the Pea. It's not painted, but we do have one that is painted, and that is considered the most expensive piece of any piece that has been produced at the factory, and they say it usually takes a year to paint that piece. And we actually have, as we can show, we have packed one away here, and the light is not so good, but every single little bitty piece is painted by hand. So, and I have a piece here in perfect condition, and it comes with the bottom. It's in the other box, but it's actually made as a jewelry box. So you can lift this off, and then on the bottom you can have your jewelry. And here we also have a good example of Gerd Henning's figurine, and you can look, every single detail is painted on here with gold. And if you know the dinnerware fairy tale, it kind of gets its name and design from the painting on this. It's very similar in color, and I think when they designed the fairy tale dinnerware, they look for inspiration from these figurines. So, and compared to Carl Henning Hansen figurines, these are much more expensive and a lot more rare. Not so many pieces were sold because they were very expensive.